Check 1, 2. Why, hello, everybody. Daddy, here's to you, big boy. See that toast up front? That's how I do. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. Mom, Dad. Dad, it's a beautiful speech. I'm glad to know that my mother was your boyfriend. I have to say, I wondered about that a few times. I wasn't sure. Now we all know.
I'm glad I could give you some material.
I'm sure it's already on Facebook. I'd like to thank the Rivera family. I'm so stoked. Ooh, I'm spilling my beer. I'm really happy that we're going to be a part of your guys' family. I went to school with Rachel's older brother, Steve, and the guy made me laugh all day. I met her dad, and they are the same person. And thank you, Dr. Henry Nicholas, for letting us come to your home. This is amazing, man. Thank you so much. I'm glad to see we got the wireless microphone issues worked out. I gotta tell you. All right. I'm nervous as hell, you guys. This is not my thing. I wrote out a few speeches, and then I ripped them up because I read them back, and I was embarrassed as hell about what I wrote. And then a couple days ago, I talked to one of my friends, and I said, dude, I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out, like I got a science project due, and I didn't study. And he said, that's your brother, man. Just get up there and talk about your brother. You've lived with him your whole life. And instantaneously, it all made sense. I said, all right, I'm going to drink a lot, and I'm going to go up there and talk. Right? So, and you know, I thought, oh, you know, I gotta be funny, because that's what you do. And I realized, you know, every day we're funny. I don't know, come around our crew. This is a rough house right here. If you want to hang out with us, be prepared to have your mother, father, son, daughter, sister torn to the ground verbally on a daily basis. You know, that's how we choose our friends. You come to hang out, we tell you your mom is a horrifying person, and your dad is worse, and then if you can laugh and tell us the same about our parents, you're in. And so I was like, well, I don't need to go that harsh, because every day I heckle this guy. I don't need to make fun of him, all right? We can all see him. Okay? Can we all be honest, folks? This guy's 5 years and a sleeveless leather vest away from looking like Dog the Bounty Hunter. Why would I need to make fun of him? Okay? I mean, if this guy loses a little on top, Rachel's married to Michael Bolton. Right? We're all aware that he calls himself Duddy B and grew out his hair to look like his hero Kenny G. Okay? We all know that he looks like Howard Stern dyed his hair blonde. We're sitting right here, folks. I don't need to say anything else about my wonderful brother, and I'll thank you to stop laughing at him, because this is his day. All right? You know, and it all became very obvious to me. I don't need to make fun of him. But because we do come from a culture where we make fun of each other day in and day out, we don't get sincere with each other very often. I mean, Dougie knows I love him, and I know he loves me, but we're just not the dudes that are like, I love you. We just don't do that. You know, we just go, yeah, you're an idiot, yes, so are you. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. But I want Duddy to know that I do love you. And I can't imagine my life without Duddy. And when my friend told me, dude, that's your brother, just talk about him, I started thinking about me and Dustin. And, you know, I was born a little bit ahead of him, but when I was 2, I got an instant best friend. my brother was born. And, you know, everything I did from that moment on, I did with him. He was there. We lived in Reno together, and then we moved to Woodland Hills, and then we came to Huntington Beach. And, you know, the true friends that we had that whole time was me and Duddy. And we would sit in the living room and play Nintendo together for hours, and we would throw our controllers at the screen because the game cheats. We know we beat those levels, all right? The controller didn't deserve it, but the game did, and that was the only way we could fight back. But we were there, yelling at the screen together. I remember learning how to surf with Duddy. My dad, he wrote it out, he read the directions on how to surf, and then right? And his boyfriend, my mom, she was the whole time cheering us on. We played baseball together. Okay? I was always a little better than him, but we played together baseball. And then we started playing music together, and I realized every single thing I've done, we've done it together, and we've made each other better. You know, we always had him. My dad alluded to Duddy being in his room for several years, and he said that he wasn't playing guitar in there. That's disgusting, and I don't know why he said that. He was playing guitar in there. I can remember Duddy coming out of his room and going, "Look at this song I learned how to play." And then he would play it. We would look at each other and go, "What the hell was that?" And then Duddy would go back in his room and work harder. And what happened was he did that for several years, and then he came out of his room. I'll never forget the day, because I was the older brother, and I thought I was super cool, and I was awesome at everything. And then here comes Duddy, and he came out of his room, and he played a song for us, and me and my parents, he went back in his room, and then me and my parents looked at each other and went, "Oh my God." Like, the one thing I've noticed about Duddy, the one trait he has, he never gives up, and he works hard. And if he's not good at something right away, he will continue to work till he's the best. And then he started becoming better than me at everything. I was furious. But I was stoked. I was proud of him. You know, and he kept playing baseball longer than me, and he was amazing. He was hitting home runs and striking people out. Double threat. And then he kept playing guitar until he was 10 times better than me. And now he's writing these songs that just blow my mind. When I listen to his lyrics, I'm like, that guy's a genius. And that's my little brother, you know? And I'm proud as hell.
Yeah.
But when Duddy and I started getting really, really close was, I guess maybe it was, 3 years ago now, when I moved in with Duddy and Rachel and Sophia. And I got to know Rachel very well, and I got to know Duddy better, you know? And I got to know Sophia. And a lot of the times I was at Duddy's house when he was on tour, and it felt good, you know, so Rachel and the family didn't have to be alone. And I got to know Rachel, and she would go to work every day, come home, pick up Sophie, take care of the baby. I mean, she is unreal. She's a wonderful person. I'm so happy that you decided to be with my brother, and I'm so happy that you decided to be with her. Sophia is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Every day. And then, about a year after I moved in with them, my brother asked me to come on the road with his band and help tour manage for them. And I was, I was nervous and scared. I'd never done that, but he had so much faith in me. He just called me and said, "You're the guy." And they brought me on tour, and I got to see the whole country because of my brother. I got to see the Dirty Heads grow and play amazing shows. And I got to know Jared and John and Dave and Matty-O and the rest of the Dirty Heads. And because of my brother, I've got a whole crew of other friends that I never would have known. All his friends have become very good friends of mine, and all my friends are very good friends of his. So together, I couldn't be happier. Look at this little stud. And now, I get to say that this little stallion here is part of my family too. Do some dance moves. I know you got them. What I'm trying to say here is that I'm so happy about this marriage. I couldn't be happier about the Riveras and my family and my brother and Rachel and Sophie and all of these beautiful people that I now get to know for the rest of my life. And thank you guys all so much for being here. I love every one of you. And I love you, big guy. Give me a hug. Thank you guys so much, man. And thank you for making me your best man. That's something I'll have with me forever, and I'm so pumped up about it.
Yeah!
And I don't know
Jared!
Hammer here.